Catrific and you're watching another episode of Typerific. So today I want to talk about figuring out your type and to tell you that I'm coming out of the closet as an INFJ. And for 7 years I thought I was an INTJ, and a lot of you might or might not know what that means, but basically I realized I am a feeler and not a thinker, but that doesn't mean that I don't think a lot to the point where I thought I was a thinker. So anyways, I first off want to say that it's very easy to mistype yourself. And one of the things about Myers-Briggs is that it's not easy to just take a test online and figure out exactly what your type is based off of the results of the tests. I tested for 7 years as an INTJ on every single test that I took anywhere, and a lot of people thought I was an INTJ. So figuring out your type is a journey, and if it's something that's really important to you and something you really enjoy, you need to spend a lot of time reading up on different types other than the one you think you are if you don't totally relate to your type's description, if that makes sense. For the longest time, I felt like I was mostly INTJ, but there were definitely a lot of things that would come up and I would be like, I don't really feel like that's me, but everything else fits, so I guess I must be an INTJ except for these other parts of me that are different. So it turns out those other parts of me that are different changed my whole type. So once I started doing more research on the cognitive functions of every type, then that's when I started to realize that I was an INFJ. So people on forums love to specifically pick on me about how I'm not an INTJ, and they would get really mad and cocky and like super obnoxious about it, and they'd be like, she's not an INTJ, she's an ESFP, she's an ENFP, she's an ENTJ, and they would literally just say every single type, and I usually blow off all of those statements because they're really mean and annoying and I didn't really care what they had to say. So one time though, someone was actually really nice and took the time to explain to me why he thought I was an INFJ, and he talked to me about the functions and he talked to me and everything made sense, and I was like, you know what? I think I've been missing it for 7 years that I'm actually an INFJ. So that's kind of in short how I realized this discovery. It's definitely a humbling experience because for years I've been telling people on the internet I'm an INTJ, and it's like, well, you know what? I was wrong, and I'm okay with that because I'm still learning, and I've never ever said that I know everything about this test, and all I've ever said is that I'm still learning. So screw the haters. So let's talk about INFJs. An INFJ is an introvert, an intuitive, a feeler, and a judger with the cognitive functions as their dominant one is introverted intuition, the next is extroverted feeling, then introverted thinking, and extroverted sensing. So these are my cognitive functions, and the ones that I feel, well, actually most INFJs identify with is their dominant function, and that's the introverted intuition. This is everything to INFJs. This is the side of you that is extremely analytical. You overanalyze everything. You really have this sixth sense almost of what could seem like a psychic power, because you are able to connect the dots and predict outcomes because you remember patterns. Sometimes ideas will just pop up and it'll be the correct answer or the thing that's going to happen or the truth or whatever, and you're just like, where did that even come from? It's your gut, it's your intuition, and introverted intuition is really intense intuition basically, or that's how I think of it. And it really helps you pick up on the motives of other people and look deeper into situations to know really what's going on. So this is actually a function that confused me, and because I'm so analytical and because I think about things all the time, and my brain never stops going, I thought I was a T because of my introverted intuition. So that's one thing that can trip you up as you're getting into this. Another thing about INFJs is that they're considered old souls. From a young age, INFJs are often the ones that are giving advice to their older siblings, to an adult, to their friends, to people much older than them because they're known for having wisdom beyond their years. Now, I'm not trying to be cocky and say like I know everything and I'm a know-it-all and I should be giving advice to people, but it's something that I think I've been pretty good at over the years, and when I make new friends, they immediately open up to me and start talking to me about their life issues, and it's just natural for me to give them advice. And I mean, I remember growing up literally being like 12 years old talking to my brother who's like 6 years older than me, and he would come to me for advice because he trusted my opinion and he knew that I was wise. So again, not trying to be cocky, but it's an INFJ trait to be the counselor type or giving advice to people your age or older. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about with INFJs is extroverted feeling. Now this is something that is very new to me in the last 6 to 9 months since I've realized I'm an INFJ. I didn't want to talk about this in a video that I discovered I was an INFJ until I really felt like I had a grasp on, you know, rediscovering myself and learning more things about myself before I talked about it in a video. And extroverted feeling is something that I've dove right into and figuring out where it exists in my life and what it means to be an extroverted feeler. So as an extroverted feeler, it means I am very in tune to feelings. I pick up on the feelings of the room. I pick up on the feelings of my friends. If I'm talking with them, they can't hide it from me. Mixed with my introverted intuition, analyzing everything, mixed with my extroverted feeling of picking up on the feelings of the room or the people around me. I mean, you pretty much cannot hide anything from me, and I know exactly what's going on, even if you don't tell me. So that's an aspect of extroverted feeling. Another aspect of extroverted feeling is feeling the need to express your feelings about everything to some degree. It's not like I'm running around and I'm telling the whole world, oh wait, kind of I am because I'm a YouTube vlogger, but I'm literally not going up to all of my friends and telling them how I feel about everything all the time. But I do choose to have like maybe 3 or 4 super intimate close friends, and I do share things with them. And when I do, I like to share about what's going on in my life, and it's actually extremely vital for INFJs to tell people what's going on with their feelings and what's going on in their lives. It's crucial for their emotional and mental health, because if we don't, we start to overanalyze like insane in our heads, and then we're mixed with these deep, intense feelings that we feel very often, and it can lead to depression or feeling like you're really lonely if you don't start telling people how you're feeling. And INFJs often feel extremely misunderstood, which is one reason why they wouldn't want to talk to people about their feelings or be the extroverted feeler like that, but it's really important that you try if you know you're an extroverted feeler. It's actually a huge thing for INFJ. If you read forums or blog posts about INFJs, the common thread is that they feel very misunderstood, and they don't like to be mistaken for being simple or plain, because they are very complex individuals, but they just don't show off their complexity to everyone. And so INFJs very much value who they are as a person, and knowing that they are very multifaceted. Okay, so that's all I'm actually going to say about INFJs in this video. I'm sure I'll do other videos about INFJs or referencing them a lot, because that is my type. So I think. That's not a joke. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm an INFJ after reading all the cognitive functions and knowing that I super relate to all of them. And don't be afraid to admit that your type is something different than you thought it was. You know, it really helps to actually know your specific type. And if you're trying to fit yourself in a box of a type that's not exactly you, then it kind of confuses your emotions, and it confuses your brain of like, oh, well, I think I should be this type, but I feel this, but I shouldn't feel this because I'm this, and it just gets really confusing. So don't be afraid to change your type if you feel like you don't relate with a test result. Like, do some research, read about different types, and figure it out for yourself. All of that being said, I want to know what your guys' types are. Be sure to leave comments down below letting me know what type is your type so I can talk about it in a video. But also tell me, have you ever struggled with anything like I have, like trying to figure out your type, or any questions you guys have about this test down below? Let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It really helps out the video. Share this video with your friends if you think that they might be an INFJ, or if you're an INFJ and you want your friends to understand you just a little bit better. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page, my Twitter, Instagram, and all my social media things. And you guys can keep up with me during the week. All right, I'm gonna go. That's it. I will peace out. Oh, and if you don't know, I do daily vlogs on my second channel, more catrific. Okay, yeah, we're done. We're done. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome to an episode of Ask Cat, where you guys ask me questions and I give you the answers, because I'm so smart like that. So anyways, I'm going to jump right into the questions, starting with the questions that you guys asked me on Twitter.